Hello, everyone, and welcome to Sorta My Podcast. My name is Vincent Herman, Vin the Human. Sitting to my left,
James Odle, Alpha Spectre.
right across the table from him,
Dr. T. Neal, Travis Herman.
Oh, shit. Party over there. You guys, you can like Sorta My Brand at our nerd news page, Sorta My Comics on Facebook. Follow Sorta My Podcast on Instagram, and subscribe to the Sorta My Brand channel on YouTube. You're listening to this somewhere, whether it's SoundCloud or iTunes. While you're there, why not rate, review, comment, or follow us?
Comment.
Or you could comment.
Seriously, we want to know what you guys think about what we say. We
get in on the conversation. Maybe we'll make a segment out of it later on.
If you want to argue with us, just for the sake of arguing, do it. We'll argue back.
Yeah. And of course, all of our personal social media is down in the description, along with everything else I just mentioned. So before we get into all the news stories and stuff, you guys saw the Justice League music video? Watched it right before.
Pretty cool.
That's
a toe tapper right there.
Dude, that cover of Come Together is really cool. Like, honestly, the cover is probably cooler than the actual music video.
Yeah. I feel like so much of it was it was a really fast-paced video at some point.
Yeah,
kind of. It was really good.
I feel like it was weirdly edited. Like, there were some points where it was just like the breakdown, and there were like action things happening from the movie, and I was like, this seemed misplaced.
Some of it should have been slower, like instead of like so fast-paced action.
Well, and then it was like the scenes in the beginning of the video where it's just like going through the desert.
That was awesome.
Yeah,
and then like it flashes to like Batman, and then it flashes between all the different heroes.
Yeah,
and then it starts in, and like the flashes go with the music. Yeah, like they go with the beat of the music. That was
also seemed like it was pretty heavy on teamwork. Like we got a lot of teamwork
shots together.
There you go. But other than the actual song itself, the secondary thing I'm coming out of this with is kind of a fear of too many ensemble shots. Because there are 3 in that music video alone, and none of those have Superman. So, and they're gonna have one when Superman shows up. So we've got 3 on the docket already, and it's Avengers. We only had 1. And it was perfect. I don't know if you were there with us day 1 when I saw it, but I almost teared up. Like I was tearing up because it was so during Avengers when they're all like back to back, and it goes in that circle, and the camera pans.
Number 1,
like I still get chills.
About
that scene.
It was the best one.
Perfect moment.
I was watching Age of Ultron, and
I like it.
They kind of do like the panorama of everybody fighting.
Yeah, they do it.
But it was like in the chapel, fighting all the Ultron.
It was pretty awesome though.
But that first one was just so perfect, and it seems like they're like, we need to be MCU so bad, and to do that, they think they need to put in like 5 fucking ensemble shots.
I would say they're trying to play catch up so bad.
I get having 2 because like one ensemble shot before Superman shows up, another one after. Like that's fine, but we're already at 3 without Superman.
Well,
I hope there's not 5 and there's like 2 when Superman shows up.
Right. I like what we got of Batman out of that too. That's not some stuff I had seen. He's looking pretty bitchin'.
I think some of this stuff was from some of your other trailers, but Batman's look good in each one of these. Again, we've said it a million times. Movie's gonna have awesome action, terrible story.
I'll say the story's gonna be questionable at best.
Well, another questionable story thing is Gal Gadot went on the record today and pretty much, or not today, this was a few days ago, but pretty much confirmed that they're retconning the DCEU already. Like,
oh my god, really?
The shit that happened in BVS where he's like, "Why did you abandon humanity?" And like, they actually have a conversation about it and everything. That never happened. Yeah, she never abandoned humanity. It's not like, and I quote, Gal Gadot said, "We realized there's no way Wonder Woman would give up on humanity." Yeah, and then another part of her quote was something along the lines of like, "Sometimes you make mistakes in the business, and that's why we change them and stuff." Yeah, so they're just gonna like, nope, she never gave up on humanity. Forget about that one part. That movie still counts, but not that part. Stupid.
From here on out, the movies that we give you, they're not going to have that scene in them, and you just need to throw away your copies right now.
Well, here's the thing. They've already got Wonder Woman 2 slated. That shit's happening. Yeah. Like, whether the DCEU falls apart or not, which is, like, anyone's guess if it will or not. But that one is happening because Wonder Woman was such a success. Now, here's the thing. You realized you fucked up. And that Wonder Woman kind of made it to where, like, why would she give up on humanity? That's why you got number 2. Give her a reason in number 2 to walk the fuck away. And then
realized she needed to go back.
Yeah, because they say, like, 100 years, like, they make the statement about, like, you abandoned us for 100 years or something like that. Okay, maybe the number doesn't add up after number 2. Like, maybe you fast forward number 2 a little bit, something happens, now maybe it's, like, 70 years. But fuck it, I can handle that. But not, like, there's this whole scene, this entire fucking scene that we made a big deal about in BVS. Didn't happen.
Like, big retcons like that, that's what, like...
Well, it works in comics. It doesn't work, like, well, it barely works in comics.
Right.
Barely works in comics. It doesn't work in fucking movies that we wait 3 years for.
Right.
You know? Yeah, it's just...
If only you could get it without the mistakes, you know. You don't hear a lot of that kind of stuff from Marvel, I don't think.
Yeah.
Like,
No, yeah, absolutely not. They find some way to fill the gap.
Yeah.
They find some, like
at least
even
go
though you
with
never
it.
saw it in a movie,
Yeah.
one of the officials or one of the directors or
Yeah.
whatever
Well-
will come out and say, like, this is why. And we can take their word for it because they made it.
Not only that, but we also get there's so many fucking Easter eggs in the Marvel movies.
Oh, yeah.
Like, something not adding up or them wanting to change something can just tie into this Easter egg
Like-
that you completely missed.
like
At least just go with what's already, you know, set in stone.
I
It's
think
out there.
The only one the
Why
Marvel
not?
MCU had, or why do I always say the Marvel MCU? Because the M in
the
the
Marvel
MCU.
Cinematic
Whatever.
Universe.
Marvel
Different
Cinematic
name.
Universe. Like DC Comics. Detective Comics. Like,
Or ATM
that's
machine.
their mistake, not mine. But ATM machine.
Pin number.
Yeah, so, like, the only one I think the MCU has is the Infinity Gauntlet in the first Thor movie. They're walking through that hallway artifacts, and there's the Infinity Gauntlet with all the Infinity Stones in the background.
Did it have the stones in
I
it?
think it has the stones. If
Because
I'm
that's how you
remembering.
can
It's been a while.
That's
I
how you
can't-
recognize it, I think.
Yeah, I can't remember
It's
if
been
it
a while
has
since
the
I've seen
stones in it.
Yeah, so that's the only one I can think of there. And they've yet to explain it. I don't think they will because it doesn't make any fucking sense. But it was before they really knew that they had all this going on.
Well, but here's the thing. In Thor 1, that was before, like, the big, like, prisoner outbreak thing happened.
Yeah.
And, you know,
And I think
Loki,
the first Infinity Stone we saw was in Avengers, right?
like, Stone?
Yeah.
Or, well, because we know the Tesseract was a
yeah.
stone.
That was the first time they were ever like...
Yeah, because
Like, this is the thing, yeah.
the Ether wasn't introduced until Thor 2.
Mm-mm. But you'd think they also would have made more of a bigger deal about, like, holy shit, someone fucked up in Asgard and all these stones went away. Shit.
Yeah,
Like,
I was gonna say
somehow it all got separated.
The ice giants, they sneak into that little
Yeah, but why
area.
wouldn't they keep the gauntlet?
Right.
Like, who would just separate the stones?
Yeah, I don't know what this thing's for.
Yeah, they just
chuck it
they
in
wanted
space.
a nice little background thing to get people talking, which makes sense because they didn't know that they were gonna get to Infinity War just yet, and they fucked up a little bit, but that's fine. That's
many movies.
a little glove in the background, and I like to forget about that glove. Not an entire scene.
That's how it is lately. You end up start talking about some of the DC movies, but then you gotta talk about the
Yeah,
Marvel.
but, well, that's because that's what the DC movies are,
Sorry.
is their attempt to be Marvel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
So, here recently, any of you who follow the Arrowverse, we recently got a big name drop. Was it last week's episode of Arrow?
Yeah, well...
2 weeks ago from the
No,
time you're
what,
hearing
like,
this?
yeah, by the time they're hearing this is 2 weeks ago.
It's been a couple weeks, so spoilers, but it's 2 weeks now, so
Yeah,
get caught up.
I don't know. Skip ahead 10
we,
minutes or something.
We actually get a name drop of Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, it was
So
cool.
Ollie is now being faced once again for the second or third time.
I think this is the third or fourth.
Of being outed as the Green Arrow. And he goes in front of the press and states that, well, you don't see Bruce Wayne, outside of Gotham Station, or I can't remember exactly.
No.
How did he word it?
He's telling them that he's telling them that the photo is obviously photoshopped. He's like, if they had put Bruce Wayne's head on that you'd be talking about has Bruce Wayne left Gotham to hang out in Star City? And then that was the whole thing, yeah.
So that was a big name drop, and we've been waiting for some names like that. Mm-hmm. And I recently did some digging, found an article that makes a lot of sense. Now, this isn't anything like confirmed by Berlanti or anything like that, but pretty much everything in this makes sense. Now, obviously, with that, we know Bruce Wayne is now officially 100% established in the Arrowverse.
Yeah.
He exists.
He exists. And, like, we kind of had that guarantee from The Flash, with the newspaper clipping and shit. But,
because in, season one?
I want to say season one, yeah.
When Barry and them, they're in Wells's, like, time room talking to Gideon.
I don't remember what
there's
they call it.
the hologram of the newspaper, and it says, like, Wayne Queen merger initiated or something.
I hope they eventually do on Arrow.
Right.
Yeah.
One of the main reason why, like, we don't have Batman in Gotham and Superman and all this going on is because the timeline hasn't reached that point yet. What has happened is because in Flash, when Eobard Thawne went back and killed Barry's mother, he moved up.
Okay, now you should say, like, we should state, this is a fan.
Right, this is all fan theory.
Berlanti official.
Right, yeah, he's not confirmed it. Yeah. He hasn't denied it. But he hasn't confirmed
I doubt anyone's asked him.
But what they've put together is when Eobard went and killed Barry's mom, like, that put into motion Barry becoming the Flash sooner than he initially would have. So he gained his powers, became the Flash sooner. So the newspaper with the, like, Flash goes missing thing and that is slated for 2024. Yeah. So for all we know, the Flash going missing could be him going missing with the Justice League. There's nothing established as to why the Flashes went missing there.
I was going to say something like, okay, so they're going to end up meeting Dr. Manhattan, right?
So basically all these shows are going to converge into Doomsday Clock.
Well, absolutely.
Hey, that's
Gotham, right? So Bruce Wayne's like a kid and he teams up
I was thinking about this recently because I had forgotten that Gotham was on Fox, and I was like, I can't wait till they do like a Flash crossover episode with Gotham. And I was like, wait.
Shit.
3 days later,
wait.
Like, damn.
But
they can't.
I know they can't. But maybe Gotham will get canceled and picked up by the CW, and they can use him like they did.
Let's make it happen.
They did
get it canceled.
They did reach. Hashtag cancel Gotham.
And risk never getting it back.
I mean, like, okay, because Supergirl was on a different network when they did their crossover.
Yeah,
they were super cool about it. It wasn't Fox, but
was it
CBS or ABC, one of the two.
Yeah,
but and then they canceled Supergirl and they picked it up. So yeah, I could see them doing that with Gotham. I mean, Gotham though has had this very strict like no Batman thing. I don't know if it's like their finale or if Warner Brothers is like no, like Batman's in the movie because they made
there's another big thing about that is we've gotten Superman like a few times in Supergirl, but they don't want Batman and Superman
like
being big money makers.
It's cool.
For TV.
It's Superman. He's not a big deal or anything.
Right,
Batman, you can't have him.
But that's why we don't have live action shows for the either.
They told fucking Arrow stop it with Harley Quinn. They made him kill off fucking Deathstroke. Damn. All because of Deadshot, all because of the Suicide Squad movie.
Yeah,
the only one that haven't been like, look, they're gonna be in the Justice League, can't fucking do this. Is the Flash.
Yeah, with the upcoming,
he's not doing a whole.
You're gonna have to kill the Flash. You're gonna have to kill Barry Allen on the shit. Big Wally the Flash.
With the upcoming Deathstroke movie, who knows what's gonna happen with Manu Bennett and Arrow as Deathstroke.
Exactly,
but. Some of the other things that make sense, like that proves that they're around, they just haven't appeared yet, is, in one of the episodes in Arrow, where Felicity is wheelchair bound and she gains the name Overwatch.
Ooh.
Ollie makes the comment that I would have went with Oracle, but the name was already taken.
And also, did you see this past week's episode? This past
No,
season?
not yet.
Okay, she's trying to come up with names for her and Curtis's startup, and one of the names up on the thing that's X'd out is Oracle.
But then
So that was a good one.
we also go into Legends of Tomorrow, which is also based on Earth 1.
Yeah.
He states that
The
he has...
Berlantiverse.
Yes.
Yep.
He said he has seen Men of Steel die and Dark Knights fall. Now, that can only mean one thing.
He's seen Superman and Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then, we've had the drops of Metropolis, Gotham City. Like, those have been brought up
Just
a
a
few
little,
times.
nuggets for the fans, nothing substantial. But
And then there was another
Location's
one.
one thing. But...
Yeah, just bringing up the fact that these places exist is nothing. But at least we know they exist,
Yeah. Another location that was brought up on a screen scrolling through in Legends of Tomorrow, you would have to be able to pause it in the few seconds that's on screen. One of the locations listed is Arkham City.
What?
Yeah.
No way.
One of the locations scrolling through Legends of Tomorrow was Arkham City.
Because the only way Arkham City could happen is if there's already an established Batman. There's no logical conclusion. Because Batman makes all of his villains. So if these villains aren't around,
But the thing
and if these villains were around, why is the Flash and Arrow not getting involved with these fucking villains who are terrorizing Gotham so much that they had to wall off a part of the city and call it Arkham? Fuck that part of the theory.
But think about it. If the time frame is offset from how it should have been, and these shows are taking place before them all
Which
meeting
one
up
was
and all that.
Flashpoint though? Was that season
Flashpoint
3?
was season. What season are we in now?
I think that
4?
we're in 4. I think that was season 3.
Oh, did they
No,
really
that
do
was
that?
season.
Was it
That's
season
awesome.
2?
2.
Oh,
I'm
that's
pretty
right.
sure.
Huh.
I had just read it, and I want to watch the first season. That's pretty. I didn't know that they did Flashpoint.
Yeah.
Yeah, Flashpoint is season 2.
They
be rad.
kind of squandered it away, but
Yeah,
it
they kinda-
fixed a lot of things for them.
And it's got to fit
I
into
mean,
the show.
if
I've
so-
still been thinking about
But with it being on a screen in Legends of Tomorrow,
Yeah.
there's no set time.
Oh,
when
it was
that,
Legend. Okay,
Yeah, it was in Legends of Tomorrow.
Alright.
So
So that's all right. That makes sense.
and then, again, the article goes on to explain that the reason for a lot of this is because of Eobard Thawne making Barry Allen the Flash sooner than he initially
And then,
would have
I mean,
been.
you also have to think about all the time traveling that goes on in Legends that fucks with the timeline pretty much.
Yeah.
So, even though by the end of the season they've still pretty much fixed everything to the way it's supposed to be, and I use air quotes on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With this article, it makes sense when you sit and think about it. And I thought that it was really well presented. It all makes sense. You can sit and think about it. It's well, that makes sense. That's understandable.
It's a
cool I get that.
fan theory, but at the same time, unless we get anything official from pretty much Berlanti, even if representative from the CW makes an announcement, I won't trust that as much as if Greg Berlanti comes out and he's like, "Look, here's how it is." The simple fact of it is they got to use the name, but they're not allowed to use the character.
Right.
That's the nitty gritty reason.
That's what we're getting with a lot of things in the Arrowverse, though, because we've gotten Hal Jordan.
Yeah,
we've gotten the Justice League wasn't officially mentioned,
and there's also a possibility maybe they're waiting, maybe they're now's not the time for Batman. We've got the okay. Maybe they've gotten the okay, and they're just let's wait for the best time. And I mean, like I said, Gotham, I can see Batman being their finale. Maybe the last
Took
2 or
Smallville
3
12 seasons to get to the Superman suit, right?
10, but yeah,
10?
and it
Yeah.
was the last episode.
Oh, yeah.
And you never see him un-CG'd in the actual
right.
full suit. You only ever see him live action doing the shirt
And
rip
then
and
that's
the S's on there. Yeah.
And yeah, that's probably what they're going to wait is the perfect time to give you some cold
Yeah.
chills,
Yeah, Gotham, I fully see Batman being the finale of that show, but the Berlantiverse, I feel like they just, they're waiting. Hey guys, I think that's a good time to bring us into the thing that brought us all to the table, and that's the books that all this nerd news is based on, the comic books.
Books.
What are those?
It's just some fucking dorks like to read this.
Is them
bullshit.
there funny books that
We're-
the kids all get
Hey.
at the newsstand
So,
nowadays?
this
Hey,
week,
bro,
I
we're
brought-
all too busy like hanging out with the girls and our Ferraris. Like, I don't know. Again, I don't know who I'm shitting on. I think I'm shitting on the jocks. I think it's a little more focused
No.
this time.
That was more of like an Ethan kind of persona.
But jocks read comics now too. Like, just
Comics are universally
Where's the
acceptable
line
now.
anymore? God damn it! Where's the segregation I grew up to know and love?
What the hell?
Jocks and cheerleaders don't read comic books.
Anyways, all right, Trav, you're gonna go ahead and start us out here because you didn't really read anything for this episode. but you
No.
got to-
So this week I brought a strip of Dilbert with me.
one single strip.
Yeah, this one got me pretty good.
And
No.
I don't know about Garfield, but I hear he doesn't like Mondays, so that should be pretty cool.
That's interesting. No, I've been so busy just reading stuff that I'm not going to talk about. Because it's I read The Watchmen and
Yeah,
I read
yeah.
2 books for
Yeah,
Deadly Class. Stuff I feel like you guys probably
Yeah,
touched
we've
base
covered
on.
the Deadly Class, so we're all going to talk about Rebirth, but maybe before Doomsday Clock gets started.
Right, yeah. So, I mean, there's a time and place for those books. All right?
Right.
This past week, I went to Ollie's in New Boston, and I found it's a Superman Unchained number 9 blank variant, and it was on the front of the pack, and you can't see what's in the rest of it. So, I went ahead and
Was
bought
it
it.
like 10 books in all?
Yeah, 10
Yeah.
books for $6
Yeah,
at
like,
Ollie's, yeah.
those aren't
Cool.
bad deals.
They
most
used to
of
be
the
kind of
time.
crappy because what they used to do was they would put 2, like a Marvel or a DC book on the outsides, and then they'd like chock it full of like crappy
Archie.
independent books.
And like you have to look at the spines and the other sides to see like
Make sure it's
are
like
these
full-
brown pages? Are they like
yeah, right.
is it ripped in half?
It's
like,
gotten better though
This
because
one was in the
Walmart,
basement, you know.
Walmart started putting out their packs of like
Oh,
newer
really?
books. Like, yeah, it's like $5
I didn't know
and
they
you
had
only get
any.
like 3 books, but it's still an our idea given how new they are.
That ain't too bad. I didn't know they even had any. Well, I went ahead and bought it because of the blank variant, so I can draw on it or whatever. And I opened it up, and then there was another blank variant of Multiversity.
Yeah, which I don't
is-
like. We don't know shit. Did you ever read any of that?
No.
Yeah, I don't.
I hear it's trippy as fuck.
Right.
Yeah, I was so happy to see
Oh,
another
yours
blank.
is number 1 too.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was so happy to see another blank variant. I was like, oh, awesome. And then I started flipping through the pages, and there's Captain Carrot and all kinds of people. I'm like, wait. So I started reading the synopsis for it. I haven't actually read the book yet, but apparently out of the 52 alternate universes or whatever, I think it's Superman from like Earth 28 or something. It's hard to keep track of because I haven't actually read them.
I think that you're talking about the Black Superman, right?
Yeah, and he's
Yeah,
president.
he's from Universe 23.
He's the president and all this. And
Or no, is he Earth 2?
actually, President Superman of Earth 23.
Oh, okay. No, I was right the first time. Never mind.
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah,
I
you're right.
questioned myself, but he was part of both.
You're right.
He was part of World's End, and he was part of Convergence.
He uncovers a threat to all reality, and he has to get a hold of different characters, across the multiverse.
Yeah, he's a really like enlightened Superman.
He brings
he's got
in-
a lot of shit under his belt.
This is the first time I'm seeing him, but apparently this book's bringing in they have to get together a team to fight this oncoming threat that he senses. I
What
don't
would
know
they
what
call
it
it?
is. Yeah, right.
Some sort of league.
Smorgasbord of heroes.
Yeah.
But it's got like Super Demon, Doc Fate, Super Sons, a couple different people that I've never heard of. But so it seems awesome. And one I did read was the Flash 33. I can't really tell you exactly what it was because I read so many, but it's not one you can just jump in on.
Now this is
You'd have to-
from the New 52,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, all the
Yeah, I
the
don't
comics
think
I read it
anything
was all
here
New
is-
52.
yeah.
Some other ones I'm not going to talk about because I have no interest in them really. Aquaman and others. I'll probably end up reading it. But
When
not
when your side characters in the book are not interesting enough to
And
call anything
others.
but the others,
Right?
who gives a fuck?
right? Unless you're a huge Aquaman fan.
Right. I don't
You
even
would've been
recognize
reading
the 2 other characters on the cover.
But I also got Grayson. Might be trading off to you here soon, Odle. Because I have no idea where to jump in on that either. But it is one of the more interesting ones I got.
I have the first trade I could throw at you.
Yeah, and it sounds
It's
pretty
worth
cool.
checking out. Yeah.
It's
fun.
Dick Grayson as a secret agent. So.
And then Justice League number 32. And then another one that I did read, Secret Six. And I breezed through that one real quick.
Now,
And
this one was number 1, so you could actually start that
yeah,
one.
it seems like I'm more likely to pick up the ones that have number 1, like the multiversity that I got and stuff. But Secret Six, this guy gets he gets captured by some agents, wakes up, and he's in a room with 5 other people, and they all find out like that they all have like either superpowers or certain traits. Like one woman is like some crazy witch-looking ventriloquist lady. She pulls out a like ventriloquist dummy at the end, but the whole time these 6 people with interesting backgrounds and dangerous, traits are in this room. They're getting commands and rules over the like intercom, and they're supposed to be figuring out a puzzle basically. And it's kind of like a Saw situation or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. It's a Saw with superpowers. Like nobody's gonna die in this room.
Yeah.
You want to play a
I'd
game?
like to follow the Theodore Vincent Herman method and go with the 5 comic method maybe, and follow up like
Yeah.
give it 5 and then
I know. Yeah. I know what you're talking about there. Yeah. Anytime I'm posed with something new, like something unfamiliar, even. Whether it's a show or a comic, I'll give it 5 issues or 5 episodes, and if it doesn't grab me, if it doesn't have me hooked,
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. being the exception.
well, eventually, like I gave up on that one pretty quick.
Yeah.
But eventually, as I saw more shit happening, and I think it was like halfway through season 2, I was like, okay, maybe it's ready for another visit, and that one takes 10 episodes
It
just
does.
to give a shit about it.
It's 10 episodes of character
And
introduction.
wait a minute, isn't that an hour-long show? It takes
Like
10 hours to
42?
like that show.
Yeah, it's like, if you're not using commercials, it's like the 42, 46 minute mark.
And I think that's just because of how presumptuous it came off in the beginning.
Yeah.
But it was Marvel's first show in the MCU.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. All right. So Odle, let's because I got the big boy.
Oh, so
Okay, I'm gonna main event this shit with my last.
I
book.
did have something that I'm actually reading.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're right. All right.
Yeah. Jumping
shit,
the gun,
oops,
man.
oops.
God.
My bad,
This
man.
little pack, I just read a couple when I bought them. And was super excited, so I went through some of them.
I should have thought like, why didn't you talk about that? Like,
Yeah,
Like,
after I burned through the 450-page Watchmen and 2 books of Deadly Class, finally wanted to get to another one of my big ones.
yeah, you've been talking about starting this one.
Yeah,
for a while.
Fight Club 2 by
Did you
Chuck
read
Palahniuk.
all of it?
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay.
I actually just started it, and I'm still in the first issue, but I can tell you what it's about. It takes place 10 years after the movie, and the main character, the narrator, apparently they've given him a name, I think, in the comic, which is Sebastian. And that's a nod to
Yeah,
the
because we
movie.
never find out his name in the movie.
Yeah,
we only ever know him as Tyler Durden, which is a separate personality.
Yeah, he gives random names on his name tag in the movie,
Yeah.
like at all the different meetings and stuff, which I have the book, Fight Club. I have Fight Club 1.
The novelization.
Yeah, and I'm thinking I need to read that first because there's some differences between the movie and the book. Like, they actually kill people in the book and stuff, and it's all kinds of, like, little things like that. And Fight Club 2 takes place 10 years later, and Sebastian and Marla Singer are married, and they have a kid,
Holy
and they're,
shit.
like, living a a totally mundane, like, he's working a regular job again. Basically
Suburban
how it
life,
starts. Yeah, basically how it starts for him
Huh.
in the movie, the first one. But I guess near the end of the first issue, Marla's trying to get Tyler Durden to come back out in him so she can have an affair with Tyler Durden.
Oh my God.
Yeah, she's wanting
That
Tyler.
That sounds like a weak start in though.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot more to it. I haven't actually finished
Yeah.
the first issue or any of it, but I do plan on making it all the way through this. And then afterwards, I'm actually probably, like we were talking about musicians and comic books, I'm probably going to be hitting up a lot of Gerard Way comics soon.
Yeah.
Because I'm wanting to read all of the Umbrella Academy, and I'm wanting to start Doom Patrol.
I've heard great things about Umbrella
Oh, yeah.
Academy. And
Yeah.
which Doom Patrol?
I guess it's the most recent one, I think. Another thing that he did, I know a lot of the
Do
music
they have
video.
their own comic book?
Well,
It's
the
like the
Fabulous-
wrestling comic books. It's like, what?
My Chemical Romance's album, Fabulous Killjoys. I guess that if you watch the music videos in like an order, it's kind of like a story, and it's
Yeah.
this whole story that Jogway came up with, I'd say, and he put it into comic book form. So there's like, I guess either a one shot or like a 4-part story that my friend was telling me about, and I'm just gonna check it out. Like,
Yeah.
I'd also like to get my hands on that Spider-Man that
he
did.
That's the whole reason I'm gonna be reading Moon Knight is because Max Bemis is writing.
right.
It. So yeah, like Say Anything lead singer is gonna be writing that book. So I'm like, cool, I'm in. All right, so
That's where I'm at. Yeah.
let's go. Now we're gonna go across the pond, Odle.
Alright, so if you guys have been tuning in, you know that I'm doing this saying something old, something new, something borrowed. So this
Something
week,
dumb.
We gotta figure out a way to get something blue in there, like whatever that means. Like one issue of Spider-Man Blue each episode.
Something blue.
Spider-Man
Get a
Blue,
rhyme going. Jeez.
Yeah, right?
God. We're gonna have to really dig to find comics with the word blue in them.
The blue
I'm
beetle.
sure they're out there.
There's
Yeah,
a bunch of blue
the
beetle.
entire start from like the very first Blue Beetle all the way up to the
I'm running out of blue.
one
guys.
issue of Blue Beetle each
Oh
episode.
God!
You're my boy,
Hey,
Blue.
like that gives the show longevity.
Right?
Like,
All right. So my something old is actually like we're going back into the 80s with this one, Usagi Yojimbo.
yeah.
A lot of people
Manga?
recognize him as a character from the Ninja Turtles show, comic, all that.
Yeah.
He had his own comic run, and it's all in black and white.
Yeah, was this also Eastman and Laird?
No, this is Stan Sakai.
Okay. I didn't know if
And-
he was also a creation of theirs, and that's why they crossed over and shit.
No, this was originally released through Fantagraphic. I can't remember who.
Oh wow, not even the same company.
No.
Shit.
So yeah, that was back when like multi-company merger
Or like
comic book
1,000
things
of them,
were fine, no big deal. Now it's like, we hate you, DC. Yeah, we hate you too, Marvel.
Actually, they don't.
I know.
Yes.
But we don't get those crossovers anymore.
Nah, yeah. It's because they
Normally-
own everything but Image and
Dynamite.
Dynamite.
Dynamite will cross over whatever the fuck you want, man. That's what I'm waiting for. Army of Darkness versus
Like,
Ernest.
You want Powerpuff Girls and Fight Club? Let's do it.
Right?
Oh, shit.
We'll
Oh
fucking
my
write
God.
that shit. And
I
it'll be
just see
amazing.
that, like, Bubbles in a basement just
Oh
beating
my
the shit out of
God.
people.
Yeah, they would corrupt the most innocent one.
Hey,
Okay,
give it time.
So okay, normally I'm not one for black and white comics. Like
Walking Dead.
even Walking
doesn't
Dead,
really
like
read Walking Dead.
I have a hard time trying to get
What?
through anything Walking Dead.
I don't give a shit.
I can appreciate the artist penciling and inking and all that. Like I have an appreciation for that, but just getting through something that's just black and white, nothing.
Is
to
it
really,
the same with movies for you?
Yeah, like I have a
wow.
hard time watching. Some
Yeah, I
black
think that's
and white
what it is for
movies.
me. Like, because I don't give it. Like, I love old black and white. One of my favorite movies, like top 10 favorite movies, is Metropolis, which is a silent film from 1927.
It was surprisingly easy for me to start reading this. I don't know if it's because like the book sits easier in my hand. There's less to take in.
Maybe it's
per
the
page.
nostalgia of the character.
It could be that too. Like, okay, Usagi Yojimbo, he's a mercenary for hire. And it becomes very clear through this, he's for hire. If you
Oh, wow.
if you're not gonna pay him, he doesn't care nearly as much.
He's like Deadshot, or not Deadshot, but Deathstroke.
Yeah. But like he still has a conscience, he still cares about things going
Oh, so
on.
more like Deadshot then.
But you know,
Which is this Deadshot or Deathstroke? What are we talking about?
this is Deadstroke.
Deathstroke. There you go.
Death shot.
You really go either way with that. Yeah.
You know, there's one issue where, like, and this is in the first old trade of this, where he walks into a tavern, orders some noodles and a drink, and a rhino. Now, keep in mind, Usagi is a rabbit. These are all animals.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
A rhino starts telling us, like, hey, there was this gang of bandits that got away from me the other day. If you help me take them out and kill the two brothers, I'll give you half of the earnings from it. He's like, I'm not interested. He's like, fine, I'll hire you as my bodyguard for it then. So like, there's a banter between why does a rhinoceros bounty hunter need a bodyguard, but he does it anyway. And they go through And, like, the art is actually kind of cool. Like, it's
Yeah.
hard to keep track of what's going on
Can't
sometimes.
Unlike the well, that's probably because it's black and white. But
Yeah.
I see what you mean in this panel. But yeah, unlike the Ninja Turtles, who like their art was kind of weird in the beginning.
Yeah, like
And,
getting used
yeah.
to Eastman's art.
The old school.
Yeah, that's a change.
This is nothing like that.
But, like, I mean, this really comes across, like, this would translate really well into just a cartoon. But, I mean, so he goes, he helps the guy, he gets paid, but then the guy set him up to have to pay off his bar tab, which was the amount that he gave Usagi. There's all kinds of, like, little things. The art I have actually found is detailed enough to enjoy while being black and white, but...
Yeah.
Like I said, the one panel, like, it's hard to tell who he's cut, who's...
And now,
cutting
he
him,
like they do show him in that panel. He's like jumping around. Like,
yeah.
there are multiple Usagis in that panel because he's
You gotta
like making
find
his
his
way through the-
pattern. Like, how did this happen?
That
Yeah.
panel's actually the very first Where's Waldo panel. You're actually only supposed to
there
be
he is
looking
out
at
of the
Waldo.
I never knew that!
Throat slit open.
Well, if they're bad because it's the only panel that has color in it because he's red and white.
It didn't go
Like,
over so well.
yeah,
That's
it
why
was actually kind of
every
easy.
Waldo after that was in color.
Yeah, try reading the black and white Waldos. Yeah, those were a hassle.
You know what? That's a challenge. I take that challenge.
But
Fine,
you know,
Waldo's black and white.
it's fun, and like these are highly sought after. The stories are fun.
Yeah.
You don't really need the last issue to read an issue, and they vaguely tie in together. Like, he's just walking.
Mm-hmm.
He's going places. That's all he's doing. And that's the only way these are tied
It's
together.
a really classic
yeah.
story, yeah.
So,
Except for this one just happens to have a samurai rabbit.
yeah. So, I mean, if you like samurais, if you like rabbits, if you like other animals being cut in half by the rabbit.
And the chosen one walked.
Sometimes drove.
Yeah.
Check out the
Classic
Connor's
samurai.
commentary. Coke Power the fist.
Yeah, check it out, guys. My something new. We're jumping into the Marvel Legacy now.
Yeah.
With the renumbering for Iron Fist.
All just got started a couple
Yeah.
weeks ago.
So, Iron Fist always been one of my favorite characters, and I've really been enjoying Brisson's run on Iron Fist. He got duped into going to this island for a tournament. Like, he's been losing his chi throughout the course of this quote-unquote tournament, which was basically just a ploy to try to kill him to take his chi, for these people to try to overtake Kunlun.
Like 90% of the time, it's always people just trying to take his fucking chi, isn't it?
Like, they're trying to take his chi, someone's trying to, like, overthrow Kunlun, something like that. In the issue before this, Shang-Chi, Master of Kung Fu, shows up as Danny's on his way back from the island.
Who just got his own book in Legacy as well, didn't he? Yeah.
Did he?
Yeah, I've seen the
Oh,
advertisements and
awesome.
stuff, yeah.
But Shang-Chi, the one person that can give Danny Rand a run for his money and just like a straight one-on-one Kung Fu fight, gets mind controlled.
Oh, shit.
But in this issue, this starts the new arc. This is Sabretooth Round 2, Part 1. Danny is now, like, back in town. The people on the island, there was one guy who was, like, working behind the scenes trying to manipulate people. Well, he got outed because Danny beat the shit out of him. Like, tried to frame Danny, get him killed on the island, everything. So he's been in a cell on the island awaiting his trial. His two cohorts come and free him. He takes the one guy's chi and basically just neutralizes and kills him. So they're getting ready to head to the States to still try to kill Danny. Danny finally makes his way back to his apartment, and I thought this was really cool. This is what actually sparked me to finish reading Iron Fist: The Living Weapon by Kari Andrews. Apparently, Shao Lao is now just in Danny Rand's apartment.
Yeah, because I saw that. At first I thought, Devil Dinosaur? And I was like, wait a minute. Wings. What the fuck?
No, that is Shao Lao.
Holy shit.
He even, like, walks in and talks to him. He's like, because when the elevator opens into his, like, top floor penthouse apartment, like, you get one of the sound effects. Whoa. It's like, hey, I'm not happy about keeping you cooped up in a cage in my home either, all right? You know how much it costs to build a secret dragon den inside my condo? He's like, and not to mention your food. The soundproofing alone cost me millions.
Yeah.
Like, goes on, it's all
He's
like,
got an entire cow there. A live
Yeah.
fucking cow that he's
He's
about
like-
to feed that dragon.
and then he looks, he's like, your poor food. So, like, he goes on to mention, like, it's Stark Tech for the dragon encasement and all that. So, like, after the big fight with Shang-Chi and all the Saints, I think is what it was called, or the Seers, minions, he needs to get home and use the Book of the Iron Fist to rejuvenate himself, heal himself up, because all those secrets are in that book.
Yeah.
Well, someone has made their way through all of Danny's security and everything else and stolen the book. Danny's response is, crap! So through the book, we find Danny goes to a dive bar and approaches someone. He's like, you're the only person I know that can help me with this. And the guy just keeps refusing to help. Like, go away. Now I gotta find a new bar, like a new dive, all this and that. Turns out it's Sabretooth, who, like, he and Danny have had, like, a long history of running into each other, fighting, and Danny always winning. And Danny's like, lives are on the line. You're the only one who might have an insight on who did this. And Sabretooth's like, I've been waiting for you to lay a hand on me. And they just go at it in this bar.
Yeah, because he's kind of like an anti-hero now. Isn't
Yeah,
he?
like, he's...
I got that from, and this was probably like a year or two ago, but the Deadpool, when I was reading Deadpool,
Yeah.
about a year ago, yeah, when they were doing the Deadpool 2099 stuff and stuff, he popped up in
yeah.
that book. I got that feeling from him. He's
Well,
not
like-
a bad guy anymore. He's just like,
He's just there.
yeah, he's there. He's
Like,
kind of
he's
an
trying to
anti-hero.
avoid everything now.
Yeah.
Sounds like Wolverine.
But...
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Well, I think Wolverine's a little more gung ho, like a little more like getting himself
Oh,
into
yeah.
the mix
Very
than
true.
that. But a lot of the time, yeah, Wolverine's just like, guys, fuck off, like
Right.
for real.
Yeah.
And
So-
then he can't fuck off any longer. Sneak, sneak.
But they're fighting in this bar. Like, they're just tearing shit up. The barkeep's like, I don't got insurance for this sort of bull crap. So Danny just stops mid-fight. He's
Marvel
like,
Comics.
I'm
hear us
sorry.
talk about insurance.
right.
What?
Well, there's the whole paybacks. Or not paybacks. What are their name? The insurance company that takes care of all this?
Oh, there is an insurance
Yeah.
company. Actually, all right, we don't have time for all
Anyway,
that.
So
Yeah.
Danny
I
just
forgot
stops
about that.
mid-fight. He's like, I'm sorry, figure something like this has happened. How much do I owe you? And then, like, Sabretooth throws him into something else. He's like, you're going to want to run a tab. We're going to be here a while. You know, we have the guys from the island who are on their way to the shore. One of the minions is eating the guards on the ship.
Shit.
Yeah, he's the rat of 12 plagues, and his chi poisons people.
Leave it to fucking Iron Fist. Always somebody like that.
But yeah,
Ryan of 9
he straight up
spiders, rat of 12 legs.
he's straight up in the ship eating the guards.
Yeah.
He's like, "What? I'm hungry. It must be satisfied." Eventually, when we pan back to the bar, Danny shows Sabretooth the picture of who they need to go after. Sabretooth's like just stops dead in his tracks. Fill me up, pretty boy. We're going to be here a while. So, like, they get, like, 2 or 3 bottles of scotch and start drinking and talking things out now. And it turns out that the villain they're trying to track is the Constrictor, which, to my understanding, was also a nemesis of Sabretooth. But the Constrictor is who stole the Book of the Iron Fist from Danny's apartment.
So
And
we got a
that's-
team up coming up.
Uh-oh.
But the cover for the next one looks cool. It's Sabretooth and Danny back to back in the streets fighting.
It's a pretty cool cover.
So I'm pretty excited for that.
Yeah. Sounds
Like-
alright.
And,
Sounds right up Iron Fist alley.
and then my something borrowed. I borrowed Gotham by Gaslight off of Bob a little while back, and I
Yeah.
finally got around to reading it.
You're gonna
The-
leave that here? Because I want to read that shit.
And it's basically just all like, you can't really call it an Elseworld, but you can.
It
like,
was
it's-
the first, I think.
Was it?
Yeah, I think it was one of the first Elseworlds books.
Huh.
Yeah.
Because it's not like labeled an Elseworld, but
Well, not this copy. This copy was
this
from
is like
Lava.
the
I think,
newer-
yeah, like New 52 was going on at the time that this was released. I think you can tell by the spine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But basically, it's like, what if Bruce Wayne became Batman back in the 1800s?
And who's his villain?
Jack the Ripper.
Yeah, man.
So, like, Bruce Wayne spends some time in London learning how to be a detective from the best and all this and that. Comes back to the States, you know.
Don't give away, like...
Yeah.
Because
So,
I
like,
haven't read it.
But, like, the suit is really cool. Like, the reveal and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's... Like Harvey Dent, Alfred.
Oh yeah, Selena Kyle is reimagined in the thing.
Yeah,
she's what a
I don't think
grandmother
she was
to
in
the
the first
prostitutes.
issue. Because
She's in there.
There's
though,
two issues in here.
but she works with the prostitutes. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
So like it's really cool.
yeah.
A really cool magic, and I've always liked the Elseworld stories, and they're
This is a
kind of
prime
starting
example.
to bring them back.
Yeah, this is a prime example. I have one called Cal, which is what if Superman landed to Earth in the Middle Ages, in the like medieval times of knights and dragons and shit. And that's a really cool one too. Yeah, that's an Elseworlds.
And now this has me wanting to go back and read the Marvel 1609 or
1602.
1602.
Yeah, I've seen some of those myself.
I have the trade of just the main story for that.
Like most of their names are just like fiddled a little bit to meet the time and everything. It's pretty
So
neat.
like reading this has me actually kind of wanting to go and push through that again. So
Yeah,
that may be
And
something old
and
next
they
time.
also had an old noir series.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
had
they
the
were all sorts of-
Spider-Man noir.
They had Spider-Man,
Iron
Wolverine, Daredevil. I think had
Yeah,
one.
Daredevil
Yeah,
noir.
so
I think there's actually
there's a few of them.
there's a collected edition that has all of the noir in there. I think there was even a Luke Cage noir.
So obviously, Spider-Man Noir was the most popular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The suit from that Spider-Man noir is really
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
And Gotham by Gaslight is they got a movie coming up, an animated film.
Really?
Yeah, you didn't. We covered that in phone booth.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Because one thing that I didn't notice, Mike Mignola,
Yeah.
creator of Hellboy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, he is.
So-
and we mentioned that in a recent
And the
episode.
thing is, like, once I started looking at the art, like, I realized, I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like, if you're into the Elseworld type stuff, or you're into, like, alternate timeline stories.
Yeah, just like if you're like, oh, okay, we get it, Batman. This
Like,
is a different Batman.
this is really cool stuff to get into. So check out the Elseworld stuff.
All right, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and start out here with another legacy book. Amazing Spider-Man just went through their renumbering, and this is Amazing Spider-Man number 789. Spider-Man has pretty much put it all on the line. In order to stop Dr. Octopus from taking over Parker Industries, he had to sacrifice it. And so now Peter Parker is no longer a billionaire. He is no longer everyone's favorite person because he pretty much created the iPhone of the Marvel Universe, and everyone was using his shit. So when this company fell, a lot of shit fell. We pick up, and he is living on Mockingbird's couch. Now, didn't even have his own place. He's living on Mockingbird's couch, who is giving him shit about how he hasn't moved off of the couch forever, blah, blah, blah. You could do these chores. You know, the classic, like, hey, you know, you're living here, you could do something, roommates type banter and whatnot. And he ends up buying this time with, trying to watch TV, but all anyone's talking about is how he fucked up. And he was like, okay, well, I'm going to read the newspaper. He notices that something's been clipped out of it. He's like, you know, it's fine, probably about me anyways, blah, blah, blah. Like, I've got such a great roommate. Like, what a great friend who, like, spared me from reading that in the newspaper. And he goes to get something out of the fridge, and he notices that everything is labeled Bobby, who is a Mockingbird. When he closes the fridge, that cutout news article is on the front of the fridge. So he decides he's going to get out of the apartment. And where else does he go but the Daily Bugle, who wrote the article? And he decides he's going to go yell at the editor, who pretty much puts him in his place. He's like, no, like, okay, I'm a fucking journalist, blah, blah, blah. You did this, this, and this. Like, this is why you fucked up. Like, this is why we didn't show the other side. You know? And Parker backs down. He's like, you know what? You're right. Like, fuck, I really did fuck up. He gets out into the street and people start recognizing him and stuff. And before you know it, a mob ensues. And they're fucking after Parker, who has to duck into an alley. So he finally gets back home, and Bobby comes back home after her day of work and notices he's on the couch again. He hasn't done anything. And they had just talked about him doing the laundry. He didn't even do that. So she throws him his Spider-Man suit, and they get the fuck out of the house. They go patrolling. And they see the Griffin, a.k.a. Johnny Horton, which it says right here in this panel, who is robbing an empanada truck. They confirm it. He's like, you know what? Like, before I was like working for this guy and that guy, stealing this money and that money just to get these things. And I realized, why not just take the things directly? Skip the middleman. All the while, people are fucking yelling at Spider-Man because Spider-Man up to this point was Peter Parker's like bodyguard, you know, because that was how he kept his secret identity. It was like, I'm Peter Parker and Spider-Man's my bodyguard. So Spider-Man could just show up at any moment during a Parker thing if he needed to. So people are fucking yelling at him. They're like, they're even yelling at him about like other stuff, like, you know, you did this and like who's gonna pay for that and all that type of stuff. So the Griffin is about to destroy this empanada truck to try and like crush Parker, but like the one thing it seems that Spider-Man wants to do here is save this fucking empanada truck. So he does. They eventually beat the Griffin. He prevents this truck from being destroyed, and the guy is thanking him. And Mockingbird tells the crowd off, and like before you know it, everyone's now chanting Spider-Man. So Spider-Man's back in popularity, at least with this crowd. So.
For a minute.
And by the end, he realizes, holy crap, you really did. You just brought me out of my funk. Like, Peter Parker sucks, but Spider-Man's awesome. Like, so if I can't be Peter Parker successfully, why not just be Spider-Man? They start making out, and that's how the book ends. So, yeah. So this is a really cool re-entry into Spider-Man. We're going into Legacy, and where a lot of the books, some of the books are, like, off to a new start. Some of the books are switching teams. Books like Iron Fist that you just did are just continuing from where, you know, before Legacy even really started.
Like with Iron Fist, like they're continuing, but they're bringing back some really classic elements.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just like, okay, well, this is all the stuff that... Well, okay, no, you know, that's a good point, because that's exactly what I was about to say about this book. Yeah. It's because now we don't have Billionaire Peter Parker. We have Down on His Luck, Everyone Hates Me, fucking... Spider-Man, which is what I loved about Spectacular Spider-Man, the book, was like they were getting back to basics. This was a really good entry into Marvel Legacy, and I'm super excited to continue reading this. And another thing I should note, and I noticed this in the back of the Iron Fist book, they seem to be doing these like reintroductions to the characters.
Yeah, I noticed
like
that.
These like 3-page origin story right after the ending of the actual book. It looks like classic artwork as well. Like,
yeah, it really brings an old school feel there at the end of the book.
Totally unnecessary. Like, I mean, if this is your first time reading Spider-Man, you're gonna be fucking lost at the beginning of this book. But sure, why not? Fine. Legacy is the title of this like new rebirth initiative. Marvel always trying to keep up with DC, and in the movies, DC is trying to keep up with Marvel. So, but that brings me to the big boy of this podcast, the piece de resistance, if you will, the creme de la creme, and the ultimate comic book nerd cred that I can now claim. And this book is Action Comics #1 from 1938. This is the Loot Crate reprint. Yeah, so mint year.
Yeah. Remember that.
This is the Loot Crate reprint edition, and the cool thing I've been noticing about this is that, and even to a fault in some of these stories, it is a word for word, page for page, fucking advertisement for advertisement reprint of the 1938 comic. So I'm pretty much holding the exact same comic people were holding on that day. But yeah, this is the first appearance of Superman, and this is where we get his like real quick origin story in the beginning. Now, the thing that happens throughout the Superman story is not just one thing. It's really just him like running in and out of situations, like stopping this bad guy, stopping that bad guy. Think about any like Superman serial or those like old VHS Superman video cartoons.
Like a mashup.
That like we've all seen them like a million times. It is exactly like that.
It's a cat goes and stops a big
right, yeah, and it like in the Indian,
cat doesn't fucking breathe.
The image from the front of the book here is a panel where he stops this runaway car, and then he tracks down the guy who caused it to run away and all that, and then like it ends off as like read the next sensational Superman story. That type of stuff. But here's the thing about Action Comics #1 that most people don't get, and I think maybe not a lot of people know about these days. That is not the only story here. This is not a Superman book. This is the first appearance of Superman, because this has a ton of other stories, like a cowboy story called Chuck Dawson. This is actually the first appearance of Zatara, who is Zatanna. That's her father. Yeah. This is the first appearance of him, and that was actually probably the second best story in this whole thing. Maybe a little more cohesive than the Superman one. There are all sorts of... There's a boxer story in here. There's this hilarious little Sticky Mitt Stimson book about this thief.
Classic Sticky Mitts.
Classic Sticky Mitt. It's about this thief who's like, it starts out he's stealing apples, and the whole rest of the comic he's outrunning this policeman.
Slapstick.
Then he gets confused for another guy because he puts on this fake outfit, and then it turns out this other guy looks exactly like that, so they end up stopping the other guy, and he gets away. So, it's pretty great. The Adventures of Marco Polo. Pep Morgan is the boxing story. I love that name, and it's such a cheesy, terrible.
You got Pep Morgan.
It's just a terrible little thing. Scoop Scanlon, 5-star reporter, like all sorts of stuff in this, and it's
Thompson.
It's a great little story. Seriously, if you want to understand like the progression of comics, this is one for anyone who owns it to read. Like I know a lot of people get Loot Crate. And this is probably just sat amongst their comics or just sat on a shelf or something. Pick it up. Check it out. I mean, like, if nothing else, you get the nerd cred. You get to say, I read Action Comics #1.
Well, you can even pick this up from the Loot Crate Vault store for, like, anywhere from, like, $3 to $7 to $10, depending on their sale. They always have a sale.
There are any number of reproductions of this book. I have one from the mid-1970s on my wall framed because I loved how it looked framed. It's big. It's big as shit. Like
it's magazine size.
No, it's bigger than it's like double magazine. Like this one though, no, this one is like
oversized.
Yeah, this is an oversized issue. Like I would never actually. That's why I hadn't read it until now, because I would never actually practically sit down with that copy and read it.
Yeah, we looked it up, and it can go for like a little bit of money, wouldn't it?
That one, no, in the condition it was in, the one I have is worth like $3, but I think at most it's like $25, $30.
Oh, okay.
So that's not a good,
really good condition. Maybe $30.
Yeah, I think like now maybe. If you have some, like I think there were 50s reprints that they did. Those would probably go some money. And then obviously the actual book itself goes for millions.
Millions.
But
pages sell for like $10,000.
Yeah. So guys, I read Action Comics #1. So
good for you.
Good luck catching up to me.
Did you read Invincible yet?
Not at all.
I'm reading comic books. I might end up catching up.
Okay, now this is also not the first classic book I've read, but all right, we won't go into all that. That's a whole thing. That's a whole episode. Well, we got you guys. So, because every single classic book we got in the shop, I read that shit. I read it before I put it on the shelf. Because we got a few from the 60s. I think was the oldest one I think we had was like an Action Comics from 1963. All right, guys. Now that we've retired these books to our short box, let's get into the news.
It's time for the news, the phone booth news.
That's right, guys. It's time for the phone booth news, where we try to give you the news faster than Deadpool can change his clothes, which gives us 3 minutes, 45 seconds. Okay, whenever you're ready with the button.
And go.
In comics news, Batman the White Knight, a story about the political rise of Jack Napier, the reformed Joker, in Gotham City in a Gotham City that no longer supports vigilantes, has been extended to 8 issues, which is just way more goodness. Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps number 37 will see Hal go up against an unexpected foe in a story called Power of Zod. In this arc, the Kryptonian villain, who hasn't been seen since the events of Revenge in Action Comics, has taken over a small planet which draws the Corps' attention, and the arc begins in January 24th of 2018. In video game news, the Hellboy gameplay footage for Injustice 2 and a release date of November 14th have been released, and that video is available now on the DC YouTube channel. LEGO Dimensions, the Toys to Life game available on all popular consoles released, is discontinuing its run. And I didn't open up the goddamn thing to read it. Warner Brothers had this statement. Warner Brothers Interactive Entertainment, TT Games, and the LEGO Group would like to thank their fans for the ongoing support for LEGO Dimensions. After careful consideration, it will not be producing new expansion packs for the game beyond what is now available. We will continue to provide ongoing server and customer support in all LEGO Dimensions packs. Existing packs will continue to work interchangeably and will remain available for purchase. In TV news, Marvel's Punisher series released a final trailer that announces its release date, I'm fucking this up, of November 17th, pitting it up against Justice League's theatrical release. Stranger Things fans may have noticed something in their Netflix suggestions after the release of Season 2 called Beyond Stranger Things. This is an after show hosted by Jim Ross and comparable to Talking Dead. In movie news, Ron Howard announced on Twitter the logo and title of his installment into the Star Wars universe, which is Solo, a Star Wars story. Online news page, TheWrap.com, reported on Wednesday that Gareth Evans is in early talks to write and direct a Deathstroke movie with Joe Manganiello. Sure, Ida's the star. Logan director James Mangold also recently stated that due to the success of Wonder Woman, audience should be more receptive to female protagonists, and that he's begun writing an X-23 script. There are no current production plans in the works. Wow, I still made it. Whoa.
I think Ron Howard should have called that movie Going Solo.
Going Solo. Solo, a Star Wars story, sounds so bad. Just for the people at home, I went 2 minutes 44 seconds on that one. Wow, I fucked that up. That was bad. That was bad. Luckily, there weren't that many stories, so it didn't hurt my time.
Right?
Yeah, so.
Lucky.
Oh, wow. And Travis over here conducting the.
Yeah, he was laying it down like some lyrics to a rap song.
Zip-zopping and trip-topping all of my stuff.
I was supposed to pump you up for the news.
Yeah.
Get you in the news mood.
I don't know. Maybe it was just me.
Hype man.
Fuck. Yeah, I fucked that up. Guys, you can check out all of those stories and so much more on the Sorta My Comics Facebook page. And that's going to bring us into our bigger topics. The first one of which is the Black Panther trailer that released, last week or the week before or something?
Something like that.
Yeah. And it is cool.
It is.
I'm really excited for this. First thing I noted in the trailer, the Themysciran type veil over Wakanda. Did you notice they go through this
when
little,
they came in the ship and it's they crashed through a few layers of something?
Yeah, because obviously not Themyscira, but Wakanda wasn't there, and then they go through this thing, and then boom, there's this bustling fucking city, this technological city. That was really cool. Another really cool thing you were talking about during while we were watching the trailer was the purple in his suit.
Yeah, we see that a couple of different times.
Now I'm wondering, do they have power-ups or something? Because when Killmonger activates his leopard-esque type suit, It's all like decked out with gold, and you see like the gold reverberate, and we've never seen anything like that from Black Panthers in the movies, at least before this. You did say like maybe there was something in Secret Wars, the most recent Secret Wars.
Well, because I know in the
remember.
comics he takes hold of the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yeah,
and I feel like his suit got like this purple etching to it.
maybe I
All
don't. That
that,
was
but-
like a while back.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I'm wondering if there's some sort of like power up or something.
That's what I'm
Some
thinking.
extra like battle mode to each of these
Might
suits.
see some new fighting tactics or maybe a power of some sort.
Yeah, and we're definitely gonna get some new type of action because in this trailer, like he's flipping. It's almost comparable to the Daredevil movie, the Ben Affleck Daredevil movie, where he's doing all these like flips off of stuff.
Oh yeah.
But I think it makes a lot more sense here because I think the suit is a little technological, and I think he does have some sort of powers. Not like full on superpowers, but he's got like his enhanced strength. Or
The
something
spirit
like
of
that.
Panther.
Yeah, yeah. What him and Vixen? It's a DC Marvel crossover.
And then someone just throws a big ball of yarn at him and it's game over.
Ah, shit. And it's over for the villain, too, because he's a fucking leopard, apparently, or a cheetah, or something like that. Leopards have spots, right? Yeah. Leopards and cheetahs have spots. So, yeah. Did you notice that there are two suits?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which leads me to believe that they may lead that into his sister taking up the mantle at some point.
Did that happen? In the
Yeah,
comics?
because remember where there was a female Black Panther?
Nope.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge Black Panther guy. So,
Me
before all
neither.
this,
there
don't
was
really know
a
a lot.
pretty big run where
I had to look up the name Kilgore. So,
you mean Killmonger?
Killmonger, yeah.
This
Ah.
guy.
Yeah, that guy. Michael B. Jordan. I had to look up the name,
Michael B. Jordan.
and I was like, oh, Fan Four State.
Yeah, he was. Oh, no,
He is.
Chronicle too. He was in Chronicle.
Well, it was good in Chronicle.
Yeah.
Wait. Wasn't he? No, that was Glover in Homecoming. Never
He
mind.
was also
Yeah.
Apollo Creed's son in
That's
Creed,
right.
trained by Rocky. So,
He's
But
doing good.
but yeah,
he's got
she-
3 out of 4 ain't bad.
Yeah.
she takes up the mantle of Black Panther for a while, and if I remember right, she has the gold collar.
Well, it also looks like the one suit looks like the one
Oh,
from
I know what you're talking about. I've seen her
Yeah.
at least a dozen times at least.
the one suit looks like the one from Captain America: Civil War, and the other one is the one we obviously see throughout the trailer. So maybe they've made some upgrades or something.
It could be.
Yeah, it could be something like that, and maybe that's how Michael B. Jordan gets the other suit, like his own suit. Is maybe he steals the one from Civil War. That could be a thing. Now, what about Claw? Claw, like, what did you like?
That
We only get
I
a few
feel like
moments of him
he's-
sitting there scared, and
Yeah.
then there's one action moment, and it's weird.
like they're in a museum or something. Like I feel like he's gonna be really underplayed.
Claw was the guy who was hanging out of that one car, and then his hand opens up and he shoots the thing.
Oh,
with his
yeah.
hand. Yeah. Claw is outfitted with like a sonic satellite dish on his hand.
So
In the comics, he's wearing all red. He kind of has like purple underwear on. Like his eyes are white, and he has this big satellite dish on his hand. You didn't see that in the trailer because they forewent that whole thing.
Right.
But in the trailer, his hand like kind of opens up in the middle, and like the hand part drops down, and it's just this tiny little cannon,
well, yeah,
like a
'cause,
shotgun barrel.
like just with the name.
Yeah.
Yeah, we knew who he was going to become in Age of Ultron.
Yeah, of course.
Then in Age of Ultron,
Yeah.
he just cuts his hand
in Age of
off.
Ultron,
I was like,
yeah, that
that's
was the
how
guy.
it happens.
That was the guy Ultron cut his hand off. The guy with the beard, he cut
Oh
his
yeah,
hand
yeah.
off by accident, and yeah, that's
Because
who
he
that
compares
was
him
in
to
the trailer.
Stark.
Yeah,
And Ultron's like fit of angsty anger, rage.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was let down by that. That's just weird the way his hand opens up. I would have like it would have been much less weird if his hand was a satellite dish instead of like his hand opens up and then these like dangly rubber fingers just fly all over the place while he's shooting sonic blasts.
That'd be just kind of gruesome looking.
Yeah, I mean that's what they did. Yeah, it's just fuck.
Maybe they'll fix it for the movie.
Might be worth a good laugh.
Probably not. Otherwise, it looks really cool. I like how Wakanda is so like advanced and shit.
Oh yeah, like,
and it's got those elements of like an African civilization too, like melded in.
Yeah,
it's
which
the
is
perfect
what
mix.
Wakanda's always been.
Like,
It's really cool to see.
The villager style mixed with the fucking
The super
technology.
super
they
technology.
have all of this like super advanced technology. Yeah. Because Wakanda is the richest country on Earth.
Yeah, and then you have what's that guy's name? He's from Sherlock.
Martin Freeman.
Martin Freeman.
Yeah.
He's like, what else are you hiding from me? Because he's like brought into the city and shit. Yeah. So, yeah, that was pretty cool. I dug the trailer. I mean, it's a comic book movie, so I'm gonna see it.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's a given. Like, podcast. Like, we don't have to say that we're gonna go see it anymore because I think we're always gonna see it. Like, we're not gonna like, even if we don't go see it in theaters, we're gonna see it at some point.
Yeah.
So
I mean, they're giving me a character that I still don't necessarily care for him, but the only reason I do is because of the movies.
Yeah.
And because I'm gonna
and
see
you've seen him in Civil War, so like you had a little bit of like.
I mean, I like him for the movie.
Yeah,
but it's not like I'm gonna go pick up a Black Panther comic book.
Yeah, if I had never heard of Black Panther before, like Civil War would have been enough to.
I'm sure it's gonna be awesome, and it'll just open up my world to the Black Panther.
Exactly. And like Thor, I don't read the books. I don't really have like I want to read the Jane Foster Thor more than I do any actual Odinson book. But Thor is the same way. I love that first movie. It was pretty funny. The second one happened, and this third one's going to be great.
Yeah.
So I think it's gotten great reviews. So, but moving on from there, we're going to go ahead and switch gears here to something like totally different. We're going to talk about Game Freak here in the news, and Game Freak director.
Your mom's a Game Freak.
Not really. I don't really play video games. Weak joke there. Fuck you.
You're a weak joke.
Not even for talking about my mom, but fuck you for making a shitty joke.
You're a weak joke.
The Game Freak director Shinjiro Omori confirmed that with IGN that Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon are going to be the last mainline Pokemon games on the 3DS. To quote him, with Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, we've tried to eke out that more and really, really push the system to its absolute limits. And we're now feeling that perhaps this is the maximum of what we can get out. So we're really treating Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon as the culmination of our work with the 3DS system. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that it's like done, but yeah, it's pretty much done. Like, they're not going to be putting out any more versions for that. But they have also stated, like, in recent months that there was going to be an RPG coming to the Nintendo Switch, the actual handheld console. Mm-hmm. From this statement saying they've gotten the most out of the 3DS that they can, like, it just means that, they're obviously switching gears over to Switch. And where we were afraid of what this RPG could be, I think this can put it to bed for us. I think we're finally going to get our first semi-open world Pokemon version on home console.
I'd be more than okay with that. Seeing what, like, personally knowing what the Switch is capable of.
Yeah, because you have one.
Yeah,
like, you're the only one at this table who's actually played it.
We managed to score one around tax time. Walmart got a shipment of them in, and we managed to buy one before this guy walked in and bought the other 8.
Damn. Yeah.
But, I have the Zelda game for the Switch. And
the Breath of the Wild?
Yeah, the graphics on it are great.
The first Zelda game since Ocarina of Time that's made me go, I think I want to play that. Link Between Worlds for the 3DS was like, I almost like gave it up for that.
I own that, but someone's borrowing it. Making the Switch to the Switch is probably going to be their best move.
Yeah, it looks like we can be safe with this, but at the same time, their whole thing with the 3DS is each game, aside from like the 2 retreads they did, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, was here's the next gen. If they're gonna do this with the Switch, I don't want 150 more Pokemon. Like, I don't want Gen 8. I think that's what we're on now is Gen 7. I'm not sure. I know there's over 700 Pokemon. But yeah, I don't want like the next gen. I want fucking. Honestly, if I want anything, I want gold and silver, like open world, because like okay, go ahead and put in all the 700 different Pokemon. That's fine, but I want to go through Johto, and then like after I beat Pokemon League, I get to go through Kanto. Because if we just go red and blue, okay, we've done it to death.
Well, with this though, what's stopping them from combining all of the Pokemon worlds?
And that's another thing I thought of like months ago. Like, wouldn't it be cool if they had like region DLC? They leave so much open in the game. Yeah, like here's your game. Like this is the region that you start out in the game, and then you can like maybe give us like 2 or 3 regions off the bat, and then all the others are DLC, like Kanto and stuff.
Most people like on the streets, what they're trying to call would be something of like Pokemon Skyrim, being able to move around and get DLCs and stuff, be able to search items and
and I say semi-open world
combat.
I say semi-open world about this because what I want is what you just said, is like a fucking actual open world.
Yeah.
But it's not going to be like that. I mean, you're going to get to veer off the path like you do in
the style that they have now seems to be working for them. Like with, I
don't know. They could go full.
They could, especially because of the fact they're bringing fucking Skyrim to the Switch.
And that's what we all want. We want an open world Pokemon. We want to get fucking lost. We want it to be an actual full-on
There's so many damn missions. I haven't even beat the game, bro.
We got like someone comes up to me like, God damn, I'm already trying to find 3 Pokemon for 3 other people. I'm dealing with Team Rocket every fucking day. There's too many missions. That's the game I want. The frustration building, like game that becomes a task.
Stuff to talk about for years,
right? But unlockable because not just regions, but the Orange Islands could even be a thing. Like could be a whole DLC pack. That's what I really want from that game. And with each region, maybe comes like the different legendary Pokemon from that region. Yeah, like you can't get them otherwise. Like,
and they don't need to stray from the path of like what people want directly is to be a trainer, and you get to catch the Pokemon, fight them. Yeah, maybe trading if possible somehow. But straying from the path where Pokemon XD went, I think is what it was, or XD Gales of Darkness. You capture a bunch of possessed Pokemon, and then you gotta cleanse them, and you don't really ever like.
Yeah, that was like. You
don't collect badges.
They're doing another game like that too. The RPG that they announced is like an untitled game. We don't know anything about it, but they do have another one coming out that's like of that XD variety, like where it's like it's got a story.
Right.
But this RPG, I think, is just the logical next step to this, and of course, it'll probably have like a main story.
Well, like some of the off the beaten, people want that majority feeling of being a trainer or whatever. But I do like the hey, you Pikachu, and then
the off the beaten.
What is the dungeon one?
Oh,
there's 2.
Oh, the mystery dungeon.
Mystery dungeon.
Yeah, where you are a Pokemon.
Yeah, that was pretty neat.
Yeah, those are fun. I had the Sky one.
I just remember being so disappointed by Gales of Darkness. Like, this is not what I was expecting.
And of course this is gonna have its own story, just like the versions, like and stuff.
Cool with that.
What I'm alright with it. Like it's not gonna take points away from the game, and especially because during Black and White, like man, there was a lot of cutscenes. So you spent so much of that game just sitting and listening to people talk, and they cut that down over recent years. So I think they found their sweet spot for that. So if they do it, I'm alright with it. But honestly, I really just want you're fucking 10 years old now. It's time to start your Pokemon journey. Get out there in the world and just fucking do it. And like you get these little missions and stuff, but the only goal is to beating this Pokemon League and then going and beating that Pokemon League. And then you buy the DLC pack so you beat those leagues and shit. Like that's what is it about that an open world story.
That kind of path with a video game with Pokemon. Why is that so like the favorite?
So difficult? Yeah.
I mean, I was gonna say that's the favorite out of all of them. Like, out of all the routes they went, it's just like that's the best formula.
And you could bring in like I said, you could bring in like side missions and stuff. Like people give you tasks to do.
Oh yeah.
Like Put Team Rocket in there. Make that a whole...
No,
like,
man.
That was a whole side
Get
thing in
deep.
Red and Blue.
Like, you pick up a piece of paper you found in the dresser, and it's like, oh, adds a little place on your map. You're going to go check that out later.
And they're always
that
like
wasn't
so
even
vague.
side mission stuff.
Yeah.
You had to go into Team
Well,
Rocket's
yeah,
hideout
you did
under
have
the
to go.
casino.
You had to, but it was kind of like this isn't why
You
we
could be
started
a
the
good
game.
trainer or like a
Yeah.
bad trainer where you could like have the ability to go steal someone's Pokemon. Like you get a tip about a Raichu in this camp.
Yeah,
or
and maybe
something,
and
you're like, oh, okay, I want to go steal
go
that.
either way with this. You could be a good guy. You could be a bad guy. Maybe you start out your Pokemon
Skyrim it.
Yeah,
exactly.
Maybe you end up working for Team Rocket.
We need all these options.
And I don't care to wait for this, man. Like
Exactly.
I don't care because
No rush.
yeah, no rush. Take 5. Take fucking 10. Wait for the next console. I don't care. Like, just give us the game we want. Just give us the ultimate. Every decision is on the table. Pokemon game.
And every decision affects everything.
Yes.
As far as I can tell, though, they're already moving faster than I'm prepared for. I have not made it to the PS4, and they're like already on the Xbox One X.
Yeah.
It's like they don't skip.
Yeah,
that
there's
really
the PlayStation 4 Pro now.
Yeah.
So, but no, you could do a whole. What was that game? Dragon
Age?
Dragon Age, yeah. Dragon Age, where
where
like the decisions you made in the last game, when you buy the next game, you pick up from those decisions.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, like maybe not even make those other regions a fucking DLC, but have that game pick you up from this last game. Like your Pokemon transfer over, your team transfers over.
You can start fresh in it, or you can carry over.
Like give you the 2 options and shit. And the game kind of carries out the same no matter what, because I mean we're talking about a lot of, like building 2 games otherwise. But you can either start it out as an experience, or you can start it out like you're just not.
I was gonna say that's the thing. Like you'd have the 2 options, so that way like. You transfer over your character that's got like a bunch of level 75 Pokemon and all that. You're fighting like level 73 to 77 Pokemon in the wild.
And you could cap not necessarily put a level cap on the Pokemon, but make it harder to level them up to where if you're gonna grind, you're gonna be grinding for fucking ever.
But not change it to a fucking candy system.
Yeah,
exactly.
Well,
like that.
I would say don't put in like microtransactions or anything like that.
Yeah.
Make it to where like you battle with your Pokemon, they eventually level up, they evolve. Like, make getting
by the time
past,
you beat the
like,
game,
level 50 really fucking hard to do for a Pokemon.
So by the time you start the next game, it's like your Pokemon are like in their mid-30s and stuff. And it only gives you more of a challenge, so at least you get 3 games out of this.
Yeah.
I just remembered something that I read. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, no.
Did you guys see where people were trying to pinpoint where Pokemon Go fits in the Pokemon universe?
Oh my god!
I just now remembered reading
You
that.
can't even really put the different versions together in a timeline.
Yeah, I was going to say on a timeline.
And, it's hard enough to do Zelda, but people have like halfway figured. People
have figured it out.
No,
but it is a web of a map. Like
they figured it out with like 3 or 4 games still hanging out there. Like I don't know, like it could go here or it could go there.
Apparently, it's supposed to be like before Professor Oak has even made. He hasn't encountered all these Pokemon on the Pokedex yet, so
why is there second?
They're already there. They already exist. They just haven't been found.
No, no, because Gold and Silver already. Like, oh my god!
And the reason there's a candy system on there is because before like people started using Pokemon to fight each other, they just had Pokemon. They could level them up by using rare candies, which eventually is now being called just a candy. Everything was called a candy. Now it's a rare candy because it's so hard to come by.
Everything does not have to have its own fucking universe.
Yeah,
it's cool when things work out and it's cohesive and there are layers and it's like, and like maybe later you're reading this new story and you're like, oh my god, okay, that's why that happened in this other thing.
I totally forgot I even read that and it hit me. I was like,
Pokemon is one of those things. Like even with the show, it's barely like that's the most cohesive you can get it. And forget about the movies. But like the show is the only thing you can really do that with, and just barely. You got to bring fan theories into it to make that show work. But when you try and tie all the games together somehow, and you try and like get the. Now you're getting Pokemon. Pokemon Go belongs nowhere in the Pokemon continuity. You know where it belongs? In your phone as a fucking thing to do. Like there you go. There's all the continuity you need. You're the beginning. You're the alpha and the omega of that fucking game.
Someone wasn't very good at Go.
No. I lost track of it. All right, so I got a little behind. But no, yeah, I think we've fleshed out everything we really can from this. Like, honestly, it's just here. The ultimate thing we want is like an immersive, you can do anything Pokemon game. What we know we're gonna get is anything but that.
We'll bring you something.
Here's my question. Okay, say
hand the game to Bethesda. Give Bethesda the fucking game. Game Freak, just stop.
They know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Okay, say we do get this Skyrim Pokemon game. How are we gonna catch the Pokemon? Like, do you have to like manually control where you throw the ball and everything?
I think maybe it'll be.
I'd say like Skyrim.
I think maybe it would be
point your arrows.
Something like a mix between Final Fantasy XII's battle system and Skyrim's battle system. A mixture there. And of course, like, when you encounter this Pokemon, maybe it slows down for a minute to give you a moment to open your menu, and then you select what Pokemon you're
use your VATS to blow its head off.
Yeah. To use your VATS. And obviously, you cannot fight the Link. As the trainer, you cannot just walk
punch
up
the
and
Pikachu.
punch
it croaks.
I wanted to. I really wanted to. And I know I'm getting like, oh my god.
After 20 minutes, it'll go away.
It'll be.
What are you going to do in the Safari
It'll
Zone?
be 007.
Punch until they're weak.
It'll be 007. The world is not enough on N64 for me all over again. I'll never make it past that receptionist who's greeting me to the building and I immediately punch in the face just because it's random and hilarious.
It's gonna save right there.
I won't even get a chance to join Team Rocket because I'll be like, dude, you just keep assaulting Pokemon. Stop.
We're trying to steal them, not kill
them.
It's
like killing the Jarl of Whiterun. You just don't do it because it's going to fuck up the rest of your game.
Eventually, if we did get this game, we know there's going to eventually be mods and someone's like, got a Trevor from Grand Theft Auto, running down Pokemon.
Yeah, of course. No, but like, yeah, I assume it'll be some sort of like select your Pokemon, you throw them out there. Oh god, boy.
I just thought of like, you can use like the parachute cheat where you fall from the sky and then like release your Bulbasaur real quick so it's flying with you. You can release your Pokemon in midair.
In a perfect world. In a perfect fucking world, but
fucking throw out a Charizard, hop on his back, bro.
But yeah, I assume it'll be like select your Pokemon, throw them out there, and then you get to have them battle.
That'd be the coolest.
And like, yeah, they'll probably be like either with your directional pad or something. This will enter you into battle mode. Now, like maybe the controls work a little differently now.
Like you control the Pokemon.
Yeah, you're controlling the Pokemon. Certain buttons have them do one of their 4 attacks or something. And then after it'll probably have some sort of like, you caught this Pokemon, or like, here's your experience. Oh, your Pokemon leveled up, now you get a new move. Like some sort of like RPG based like
a little
system.
notification.
Yeah, a little more like Final Fantasy on that end. Once you finish the battle, whether you caught them or beat them, like
you enter
a Final Fantasy screen that gives you your experience and shit. That would probably be the best way to do that.
Let's get to work, boys. Let's make this game.
Not a single one of us has coding experience, but let's get started.
I don't know about you guys, but I know a guy.
Hey, if any of the 9 people listening to this knows anyone who works for Game Freak, pass this little section of the podcast along. Especially the part with the parachuting and the releasing Pokemon and the Pokemon Assault, like pass that shit along. Because that's what we want out of a game.
Hashtag Skyrim Pokemon, Gary's Run.
Hashtag Parachute Pokemon. Alright, there's a lot of hashtags in this episode. I hope we see them going around. Maybe for like the next week after this comes out, I'll like look for those hashtags. See if they're out there. So if you're not gonna comment, hashtag. I think that's a good place to end this one. We got some more recording to do tonight, and I got a lot of editing to do. So, guys, there is a new Commoners commentary out there for Halloween specifically. Army of Darkness was the movie in question. It actually came out really great. I think this is the first time, very minimal, like, quiet moments. We were talking throughout the whole thing.
That's what I figured.
Odle was there.
I was there watching the movie, listening to them
talk over the entire thing.
And there's also going to be a new Commoners commentary coming out for Christmas. We're going to start the poll on November 1st. We already know what our 3 selections are. We're not going to announce them here. You're going to have to follow us on the Sorta My Brand and Sorta My Comics pages on Facebook to get in on it, to put your votes in, and decide what we're going to do in December for our Christmas edition of Commoners Commentary. Alpha's unboxing also finally made its way to the Sorta My Brand YouTube page.
Finally.
Yeah, it came out pretty good, too.
Yeah.
Like, we took a 10-minute video and brought it down to 4.5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
The editing came out pretty well, I think.
Yeah,
And
good
it
job.
actually ended up having more energy than I initially thought it did. So you can expect that and more to be coming out. I've already put out, as of today of recording this, Series Shit number 1 came out a couple days ago, and Series Shit number 2 came out today. So we're back in the saddle with our Sorta My Brand rebirth.
Back!
In the saddle again. I thought we were gonna go somewhere with that. Like I'm misfiring this whole podcast. Like, I'm misreading everything.
Jeez, man. Read the room.
As always, guys, like, comment, follow, subscribe, share, follow, comment, and follow. While you're subscribing, you can comment. And then after you like this, go ahead and comment that you liked it.
Hashtag 2017, I commented.
Right? Hashtag SMB comments.
I was there.
So, hashtag Odle was there.
Oh God, I hope that makes it.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, of all of the hashtags of this episode, Odle was there is the one I
If
want.
you ever spot him at a con, take
Either
a picture of him and post it on your
hashtag-
own page. Hashtag Odle was there.
Hashtag Odle was there or hashtag Alpha was there, either one. And we're going to be tracking those. We're going to do live comments. All right. So my name is Vincent Herman, Vin the Human.
James Odle, Alpha Spectre.
Travis Herman, Dr. T. Neal.
And it's time to hashtag that badass outro music.
DC Universe versus Masters of the Universe. I read through that one. Apparently, He-Man's already busted Skeletor's jawbone off, and
Took him more than 30 years. We finally knocked that jaw.
got him.
Yep.
Got a strong left hook there.
Hashtag got him. It's up for the news.
Let's use that one.